Hi, this is Jason Molesky. In this example, we'll see what a well-designed experiment looks like. Does regularly taking aspirin help protect people against heart attacks? The Physician's Health Study was a medical experiment that helped answer that question. In fact, this study looked at the effects of two drugs, aspirin and beta-carotene. Researchers wondered whether beta-carotene would help prevent some forms of cancer. Now, the subjects in this experiment were 21,996 male physicians. There were two explanatory variables, or factors, each having two levels: aspirin, yes or no, and beta-carotene, yes or no. Now, these different levels are laid out in this particular chart. 1/4 of the subjects were assigned at random to each of these treatments. And on odd-numbered days, the subjects took either a tablet that contained aspirin or a dummy pill that looked and tasted like the aspirin but had no active ingredient, a placebo. On even-numbered days, they took either a capsule containing beta-carotene or a placebo. Now, there were several response variables. The study looked for heart attacks, several kinds of cancer, and other medical outcomes. After several years, 239 of the placebo group, but only 139 of the aspirin group had suffered heart attacks. This difference is large enough to give good evidence that taking aspirin does reduce heart attacks. It did not appear, however, that beta-carotene had any effect on preventing cancer. Now let's explain how each of the four principles of experimental design was used in this study. Now you'll recall the four different principles are comparison, random assignment, control, and replication. For comparison, we note that researchers used a design that compared both of the active treatments to a placebo. For random assignment, we note this was used to determine which subjects received each of the four treatment combinations. This helped ensure that the treatment groups were roughly equivalent to begin with. The experiment used subjects of the same gender and occupation, and all subjects followed the same schedule of pill taking, so this experiment does have an element of control. And for replication, there were over 5,000 subjects per treatment group. This large number of subjects helped ensure that the difference in heart attacks was due to the aspirin and not due to chance variation in the random assignment. For some additional practice in identifying well-designed experiments, try exercise 63.